What up, scrubs? This is CombatEX, recording an FP VOD. And right before this video starts, I just want to ask you guys, because I'm debating on opening my YouTube videos in two ways. One is my old tradition. Holy shit, I'm messing up my split a lot. Wow. This is a little bit of a... This happens once every 100 games when you're trying to optimal mine. You just mess it up completely. But it's definitely worth it. It's not even that big of a deal if you mess up once out of every 100 games. But anyways, so, yeah, I opened Starcraft 1, all my videos with, alright, hi guys, this is CombatEX with another FP VOD, and I said it really, really fast, and I'm thinking about staying with that, or my new opening, which lots of people start liking. I like it too. I like both, actually. The new opening is, what up, scrubs? And then I usually say, this is CombatEX with another FP VOD, or something like that, but, yeah, I'm going to probably post both openings in the comment section below, and just like whichever one you want for me to start saying, and then whichever one gets more likes, I'll start saying that one from now on. So yeah, and also, I never really say this in any of my videos, but people are like, hey man, you should tell people to subscribe to your channel. And I never really thought of doing it because I just assumed most of you guys already are subscribed, but yeah, like, I just realized my videos all get like around plus 2,000-3,000 more views than how many subscribers I have. And so, I just figured, you know, like, yeah, subscribe to my videos, like, it does help me out, obviously. I'm still, like, in the, not dilemma, but, like, I'm still in that mid-phase where I'm not sure if I'm going to pursue StarCraft as a career or not. So, like, I don't know, I guess more subscriptions equals more revenue, equals more chances of me to pursue StarCraft as a career. And so, yeah, and, like, definitely subscribe to my videos, and I also, have a previous and next video button at the top left and top right. So, yeah, definitely, you know, if you want to go watch previous and next videos, that's the way to do it. And now, let's get to this game. Alright, so first thing I got in his base, the first thing I noticed was he had a wall off. What does that mean? I thought about going Void Rays, because usually when they wall, the only option that you consider is going Void Rays to break the wall, and it puts them a little bit behind, but then I'm just like, you know what, this map is really famous for taking a natural expansion really fast, so I'm probably not gonna go Void Rays. And now I saw the gas. That's your most important thing you want to see. I saw the gas, so I know he's gonna not going for a 1-rack expand. I know he's going for like either a 2 racks, 1-1-1, or some sort of tech build, like maybe Thor pushes. You know, he's going for some sort of tech play. All right, he's not going for a 1 racks expand. So now I have to be cautious of some sort of tech play. And now, what the hell is shooting my SCV? Oh, there was a Marine like covered by the SCV. I was wondering what was shooting my stupid probe. And now my first pylon went next to my base. My second pylon went at my ramp because I wanted to see SCVs coming in. My third pylon went to the place where Reapers are most likely to come, and Reapers are a likely possibility because he has his gas. So again, all my buildings are placed, all my pylons are placed in really strategic positions. First one is just really close to my base, so then I don't lose mining. Second one, it doesn't matter that much if you lose mining, so it's placed on my ramp because I want to see when an SCV scout comes by. And the third one, like I said already, is placed at the place where Reapers would be most likely to come. And now, you don't want to usually push with your stalker, but I noticed his gas was a little bit delayed, so I know he probably won't have concussive shells. And I also noticed his gas was delayed, so what's going through my head is, you know what, he might have gotten a command center, proxied somewhere, and then took his gas. Odds of that are pretty unlikely, but you know what, that's why I sent an SCV out to scout the other bases. And now, I'm going to go scout him with my stalker, and he does have concussive shells. That's a little odd. I'd imagine, like, if I watched the replay, like, the concussive shells just finished by the time my stalker got there. That's the only possibility. So this puts me in a little bit of a predicament. I know he's going for a 2-racks build because, well, actually, I don't know that for sure. I can just assume that he's going for a 2-racks build. It doesn't really matter if he is or isn't, like 1-racks or 2-racks. He's going to be pressuring me regardless. Like, I'm pretty confident it's the 2-racks, but regardless. My fourth pylon, look where it's going. It's going to the top of my natural expansion. Reason for that is because then I can warp stuff on the low ground, and hypothetically if I lose my natural expansion I don't have to lose that pylon, and I can still have the ability to warp on the low ground. So that's why I played my fourth pylon there. I'm getting a robotics facility in case he's teching to Banshees behind this. And yeah, this second stalker I got, I usually don't get it, but I lost my first one, so that's why I have to get it. And now getting my second gas, and this is roughly the time 2-racks hits. When your nexus is complete, 2-racks, yeah, exactly. This is exactly the time 2-racks hits if you're going for a 1-gate expand. And so the counter to this is to pull off the probes that you're going to be transferring to your expansion, and rather than transferring them, you can make them engage in the fight. And this is usually your army composition when a 2-racks is hitting your base. I think he's going for a 1-racks, actually. This is a lot less units than a 2-racks opening. And, yeah, you don't want your SCVs to be dying a lot, or probes to be dying a lot. So after you know you don't need the SCVs to be winning, then you can run them back to mine. And now they're going back to mine, and now the first thing I do is get nods, because again, the threat of cloak banshees is always imminent. And look, the pressure is not done yet. I don't ever tell myself, okay, I held off a push. Now I'm thinking, what's coming next? Either he can continuously pressure me again, he can take an expansion, or he can be going some sort of banshee tech. So the first thing I do is get knobs. Now I notice he has nothing at the watchtower, so first thing I do is I send a probe to the watchtower, I send my units back, and now my units are going to be in position to defend against banshees. And I also think he might be taking a hidden expansion, so I always send probes to the most likely hidden expansion places out there. And now getting this pylon over here, because in case he pushes my natural, I want to have the ability to warp shit in at the front of my natural. And now look, these two stalkers are in position against banshees, and I have 16 probes mining on my main. The remaining are transferred to my expansion, and the reason for that is because that's the best way to mine. And I just realized I'm talking really damn fast, so I'm probably going to try to slow down unless there's lots of stuff to say. I'm not going to slow down, most likely. The second obs is going to be rallied to my main base, and the reason for that is because that's where most banshees are most likely to come. And also, notice this. Right when I saw his expansion, I put down 2 gas, I chrono boost my nexuses, I put down a robotic support bay, and I just tech like crazy. If I didn't see an expansion, I would put down 3 gateways, I would make mass units, and I wouldn't make probes. So that's the main thing I was looking at. Right when I saw his expansion, I immediately did everything that's the opposite of making units. I put down gas, I chrono boosted my nexus as opposed to my gateways, and I put down a robotic support bay. Everything that's the opposite of making units is what I did when I saw that command center. If I didn't see that command center, I would do the complete opposite, which would be make 3 gateways, chrono boost my gateways, and make units. And now, look, I'm always making pylons to the corner of all my bases, because I always want to see when drops are coming, and I'm having that. He's going for a 4-axe and a Ghost Academy. So what does this tell me? Right when I see that Ghost Academy, I know he's trying to end the game early. That's what the Ghost Academy tells me. And so, what do you do against the Ghost Academy? Exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm spreading out all my units. I call this EMP this build, because that's a really bad name for this build, but it's kind of like, you know what, like, I don't know, I'm not gonna talk about it because it's gonna make myself look bad. But yeah, so right now I'm spreading out all my units. EMPs cannot hit this. Well, they can, but like they're not gonna hit everything. And the key thing is to make your sentries spread apart, because if your sentries are spread apart, then your force fields can come off. And I know he's gonna be trying to hit me soon. And I can take this expansion because I know he's not going to be like going for some sort of really. He's going to be trying to kill me. He's not trying to kill my expansion. And if he kills that expansion, big deal. Whatever. I'll lose 400 minerals. I can take it again. And when I get my Colossus out, the EMPs are not going to do anything. So the EMPs are structured to hit right when your first Colossus is out, or like a little bit after, I guess. If 2 Colossus come out, there's no way that EMPs are going to do any damage. So I know the 4-axe EMP build is a really popular build, and the way to defend it is to essentially spread out your units. And again, all that information I got from just seeing the Ghost Academy and the 4 barracks. And the reason I got that information was because I had 2 observers, one at his front and one all the way to his main. I have no idea what that probe's doing here. I don't know what that probe's doing here. And now, Marauder, I wanted to BM him a little bit by making a proxy because I know I won this game now. Like, that push is not going to do any damage because it's way too late. And he stemmed that Marauder to kill the Watchtower probe, but I knew that because I had an observer there, so now... right when his push comes, look what I'm doing. I'm making mass units. Stop making probes because, again, all you want to do is hold off the push and then you're probably going to win. So I'm not making units. 2 Colossus are out. I really don't expect this push to do any damage. My 3rd expansion is done, if you've noticed, but I'm not transferring probes because the probes are going to be in like the middle of fire, in the line of fire when his push comes. So I'm going to transfer them after his push is done. And now I'm just ready for him to attack me, and I'm ready to Guardian Shield and EMP. Sorry, not EMP. And now, yeah, like usually I only make units, but this push is really weak, and I don't think it's going to do any damage. And so, like, that's why I'm teching up behind this, and he's wasting 2 scans, like, holy crap, and he wasted a scan on my observer. That's 900 minerals he's just wasted, just for no reason. And now, the ghosts are, I don't know, they're, like, jerking off or something, and now I'm making cannons here, holy crap. Alright, this is bad. He attacked right when my vision was not at my ramp, and so, yeah, he did quite a bit of damage here, and now, that did a lot more than it should have, to be completely honest with you, but it didn't kill me, and so yeah, like like as long as I don't die to this, I'm in a lead. And now I'm just waiting for my next Colossus to come out. Like, this is doing a lot of damage. It did a lot more than I thought it did. Like, maybe S+1, I'm not really sure, but this did a lot more damage than I would have expected. And now that I held this off, the first thing I do is I transfer post my expansion. I always think, what's next? What's going on next after this? I'm not just thinking, okay, I defended it, GG. I don't think like that. I think, okay, I defended it, what's next? No matter how badly I think I won, I never think, okay, GG. I always think, what's next? And so what's next? He's going to go back. Now he's going to start getting a factory. He's going to be doing some sort of tech. And so I know whenever my opponent techs or expands or keyword does not build an army, I am able to not build an army, and what I do is I don't build an army and I tech. Like I just got my Twilight Council, and I'm getting sentries. Sentries, I don't really consider them building an army. I consider them gathering energy for, guardian shields and force fields. And now, because I'm such a boss, I can make probes kill marauders. And yeah, like honestly, I'm just like I'm done teching. I guess I'm not gonna get a Templar tech because that's kind of going way too far into your tech tree. Like I'm not gonna tech like a crazy monster. I'm just gonna tech like a little bit. Like, and also another thing I want to talk about is the shields upgrade, guys. Like honestly, if you get +1 weapons. I sometimes even get +1 shields before +1 armor now because of its lowered cost, and it's not even that big. It's not that expensive anymore. So now it's easy to get. And now, honestly, just constantly chrono boosting. You always want to keep thing. You always want to have your robotics facility, your forge, your Twilight Council, and maybe your other forge in the same position or in the same screen, so you can always chrono boost all 4 of them at the 3 or 4 of them, whatever I said, at the same time. And I notice at my 4th base, I'm ready to take it. I'm not taking it yet, but I'm getting in position to take it. How am I doing that? I'm setting pylons around the whole, around my 4th base, and so that's pretty much defending it against the drops. And then I'm going to take the Nexus sooner or later. And now also notice this. I don't have the nearby watchtower because I'm pretty sure his army's there. So what am I doing is I'm spreading out my units because I don't know when the attack is going to come. So I have to be prepared at all times for the attack. And to be prepared all times for the attack, you always want to spread out your army because you don't know when the attack is going to come. And here it is. Now I know it's coming because I sent a probe out. And now again, I'm going to be... my army's really bad right now. They're all grouped up. So the first thing I'm going to do is spread out my army. Never have your army grouped up against an EMPing Terran because you will get owned. And also in the engagement, Guardian Shield, make your Stalkers target the Vikings and make your Colossus, if you can, target the clumped up Marines in the middle. And always make your Stalkers target the Vikings. That is a key thing in all these engagements. After the Vikings dead, start making your Colossus back because most likely they're going to try to get their Marauders to kill your Colossus. So yeah, after the Vikings die, make your Colossus move back and market all your Colossus around because their Marauders are going to be killing your Colossus. And also notice this. Right when the army dies, what do? Most players, they go like, okay, army's died, let's go for a counterattack. What do? I take another expansion and build gateways. That's my counter to killing an army. It's not by attacking them. And that's why I'm a lot different than most players, because rather than attacking my opponent after I win a battle, I take another base, because that just cements your lead even more. And now I'm on 4 base and he's most likely on 2 base. And now again, I can tech up again, because what he's doing is he's rebuilding an army that I already have, and that I can already combat. And if you can already combat an army, then you don't need to build a bigger army to, the only reason you need to build a bigger army usually is to combat your opponent's army, but I can already, beat it, and so I don't need to build a bigger army. All I need to do is take another expansion, and yeah, now my lead's even more cemented, 4 base on 2 base. And, let's take a little bit of a break, because there's nothing going on right now. Alright, so yeah, constantly chrono boosting your warp gate, or not your warp gates, Colossus, and your forges, and they're all on the same screen, so I just press 1 CCC, and a little bit about my hotkeys. I hit the hotkey bar now, just because, I don't know, I just started playing without it, because you get a little bit more screen. 1 is my Nexuses, 2 is my army, 3 is my gateways. That's a brutal habit, I don't recommend it. And 4 is robotics facility, 5 is Stargate, and my robotics facility is always close to my forges, so if I ever want to upgrade, I double tap 4, and that'll go to my robotics, which is really close to my forges, and so then I just upgrade for my forge. And now getting cannons here. Look where I'm getting the cannons. I'm getting them where the potential drop ships are going to come from. That's where I recommend getting your cannons on any map, that you know where the drop ships are most likely to come from. And now, why did I build that pylon? Honestly, the pylon's always there good, because if the battle ever happens there, you can just warp shit in there. And nothing else really going on. I should be getting Templar tech right now, but I chose the DT tech path. What does the DT tech path do that the Templar doesn't do? DTs don't storm, but with DTs you can get more vision on the map, and you can have vision where regularly you would not have vision unless you have observers. But DTs also do damage, and they waste 300 minerals for a scan. And so I don't know, I'm not saying I don't do the Templar tech path. I do it, but I know he's already going EMPs, and I should be doing it. Why did I kill my Zealot? Honestly, I thought it was a changeling, and why did I think it was a changeling? I have no idea. I'm not even against the Zerg, but it's a habit when you see a Zealot not obeying your commands. You usually wanna just kill it, and so that was kind of bad, but whatever. And just honestly making units, nothing else really. I'm waiting for the next push to come now, and now I'm building an army because I know his next push is going to be coming. You always know that roughly after they push, they're going to be macroing a little bit, making another army, and then another push is going to come. So I tech up while they're making an army, and then I make my army right afterwards. And now, here's the battle. and I had a good concave there. I just picked off a few Colossus or Vikings, and now again making my Stalkers go forward, pick off the Vikings, making Colossus stay back, and now after I have a huge, really good concave. I engage, and again Stalkers targeting the Vikings. When the Vikings die, I micro my Colossus back, but he has absolutely nothing, so I don't really need to micro my Colossus back. And also, again, I can almost guarantee you I'm able to kill him right now, but I won a battle. What am I going to do? I'm going to make a probe, make a nexus, make assimilators, make a pylon, and make more gateways. That's what I do when I'm ahead. Now it's going to be 5 base versus 2 base. Hypothetically, if he was teching to, like, battle cruisers in the background, somehow he would kill this army, he'd counterattack, and he'd win. How about I keep this army, not lose it, and take another base? Why not, right? Like, why not? And also, now I can start getting more tech pass. Now I can start upgrading more. I can get my Templar archives, and I can transfer those to my new base. And like all of them, like why? Like I could kill him. I can guarantee you there'd be no way he'd hold off my push. Is it a better decision in this game to actually kill him? You know what? It probably would be a better decision to actually just kill him right now. But I just want to show you guys that. Like, I'm emphasizing that you don't ever need to attack your opponent to win. Like, I have not attacked him once this entire game, and I'm winning, like, dramatically. Like, I'm trying to show you guys that you don't need to attack. My DT saw those 2 dropships, so what I wanted to do is I want to intercept them, and I thought I could warp them up there, but I can't, or warp to the mid-base, but I can't, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Stalkers go there. I'm going to make them blink to the low ground, because he's not going to expect Stalkers to be here, and then I'm going to intercept the dropship. That's a little bit more of an advanced tactic. I know it sounds really fucking simple, but it's actually a little bit more advanced tactic to actually, like, it's really key in Starcraft to catch your opponent off guard and to make them not think of what's going to happen. Like, for example, he would know that I'd have defense at my Nexus, and so he'd be prepared to defend it there. But he would never expect I have defenses there at the mid base, and so he'd never defend it there. And now, honestly, like, I should never be doing this. This is a really bad idea. But I know I won, so now I'm like starting to ease up a little bit, relax a little bit, and again, 2 base versus 5 base. I have 2 Templar archives. Honestly, I used to do this when the Kydarian Amulet existed. I used to get 2 Templar archives and then really like crank up both upgrades and then start making Templar. Kind of like how people make Infestors after their energy upgrade. I used to do that with Templar, but I don't know. I just made a mistake this time. And now I'm ready to type easy because, again, this is another thing that complements my build, is because I'm always macroing and I'm never attacking, when I always get, like, such big advantages later on, and so I can always type easy. So, yeah, my build is really complementary to my playstyle. And now here comes all the SCVs, and now Guardian shielding, making my Stalkers not really targeting the Vikings, so I don't really give a crap at this point. And now, again, if he kills this army, I'm just going to reinforce it with mass zealots, and I got more gateways, and now, honestly, yeah, like, he's killed all my Colossus. Like, that shouldn't really happen. I should make my Stalkers target the Vikings, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. Now, easy, out, newbie, wait, I'm going to tell him to stay in so I can type easy. But, yeah, that's pretty much game. So, again, emphasizing how you don't ever need to really attack your opponent, and constantly chrono boosting your forges and your robotics facility. And the opening is really important. Like, I want you to, like, the most important part in this video, I think, is the opening. I want you guys to see how I open, how I make my decisions in the early game, and where I place my pylons in the early game. Like, it's really important. And also, just small things, like intercepting the dropship in the middle of the map as opposed to when it comes to my base. Things like that. Taking watchtowers, spreading my army out, knowing when the attacks are coming. All stuff like that. It's all really important. I think the biggest thing lots of players don't do that would actually really benefit lots of players is just knowing when your opponent's going to attack you. Because if you get caught off guard in a big engagement, then, you know, that really ruins your ability to win the game, because you're spending like half an hour building a huge army. And so, like, if you're going to lose it all, like, instantly, then there's no real point. Like, you know, it's obvious why you lost the game. And so always have vision on the map and always know when your opponent's coming to attack you. Like, if you notice in this game, the only times I didn't have vision on the map, my armies were spread out like mad. And when I did have vision on the map, then I was allowed clumping on my armies a little bit. So it's really important to clump up, or not clump up your armies, and know when your opponent's going to come attack you. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. I mean, like, I didn't have a lot of Terran macro games out there, so that's why I figured I'd post them. And I know lots of you guys wanted to see Terran macro games, and so yeah, here's one for you guys, or another one, I don't know. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. I guess yeah, subscribe by all means, and like my comments to see which opening you want me to start off with. Look forward to me streaming. I'll stream sometime, and I'll give an announcement when I do. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. Fun fact, you can actually feedback sentries, which I didn't know. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. And so yeah, peace out, guys.